I must be the most fortunate sawyer in the world. All right, good morning. Oh, had a good day yesterday. 1,720 board feet. Most of that 1x4s. How about that mug? That's a Gen 1 mug, no longer available. It has the logo on both sides. My new one, the logo's a little bit bigger, so you can see it a little better. And it's got, I love the smell of sawdust in the morning. That's the way to have coffee in the morning. Of course, you might have seen that the glass has the logo on the front, and then it's Bourbon 30 on the back. That'll be my evening glass. So I gotta get cracking here. I slept in last night. I never sleep in. It's just not something that happens. I wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning every morning. I did this morning, and I thought it's not gonna be light out till after 6. I'm gonna see if I can sleep in till 5. Yeah, sleep in till 5. But I had the heat off in the camper, and one thing I know is when it gets cool enough, if I'm comfortable and I'm tired and I'm worn out, I can sleep in usually till 5, maybe even 6. I slept in till 6:30 today, folks. Wow. I don't know if I've done that in an awful long time. Normally if I sleep in till 5, that's pretty good. I mean, at the cabin, I'm up at 5 turning the coffee pot on. So I guess I worked hard yesterday. So I gotta get cracking. I gotta get the mill lubed up and get ready to put in a couple more hours today, maybe 4. Great customers out here. Beautiful location, fantastic people. I'll tell you, I must be the most fortunate sawyer in the world. Every job site I go to is like this one. I mean, they're all different, but the people are all great. It's fantastic. All right, I'll put the cup down for a second. All right, well, okay. We're done jaw jacking, and it's time to get the mill ready. So I gotta do some lube, gotta get a band on it, gotta grease everything up, gotta get everything ready for the day. And this is something that gets done every morning before the day's milling. So I don't always bring that to you, but I thought I would share a little bit with you today. Once we get it all set up, then we're going to roll some ponderosa pine up on the deck, and we're going to knock it down. And we've got to make a little bit of a variety today, so I'm going to bring that to you. So I hope you'll enjoy that. But one of the things I wanted to tell you was I love ponderosa pine, and I can't honestly tell you why. I didn't grow up around ponderosas. It was a different tree. I grew up on the coast in a rainforest, and believe it or not, the Northwest coast really is a rainforest. I live in a place called Ocean Falls. And Ocean Falls could get something like 240 inches of rain a year. Can you believe that? That's insane, folks. I'm telling you what, look it up. Ocean Falls, British Columbia. It's crazy. I might even drop a link down below here for you to check out later. But, so, big Douglas firs, those were there, but we didn't have ponderosa pines. And anytime I got into the interior of BC or Washington or Oregon, and I saw these red bark, big, tall, awesome trees, I don't know what it was. I just loved them. There's something about them. Now, they don't all have the red bark. Those are the older trees. The younger ones have black. And, I think people call them different names like black pine or jack pine or whatever. But the actual true name is Pinus ponderosa, which basically means a great big pine. and it's a western U.S. tree. I know they've tried to put this tree out somewhere else. They've tried to export it elsewhere, and I think they're trying to grow some down in the southeast or something like that. But these trees are primarily, their range is the 13 western U.S. states. So it's not a tree that you see really anywhere else unless they try to, export it there or something like that. But, and another little interesting tidbit about the ponderosa pine is it was named by the same guy that named the Douglas fir. So the guy's name was like David Douglas, and he first saw ponderosa pines in 1826 up around Spokane, Washington, which, by the way, folks, I'm not that far from Spokane. So there you go. A little tidbit of information. Oh, and by the way, Flagstaff, Arizona, it's called Flagstaff because some loggers for the centennial back in 1876, some loggers, I guess, down in Arizona used a big ponderosa pine as a flagstaff during the celebration for the centennial, which is where Flagstaff, Arizona gets its name from. So there you go. A little bit of trivia on the ponderosa pine, which, again, that's my favorite tree. I love them. And the bark, the red bark in the wintertime, especially when you've got snow all around, it's just amazing. I love that. But, the wood itself can be used for a lot of different things, not just knotty pine paneling or some different types of furniture, but it can be used for actually construction lumber as well. It's considered a hard pine, though it's not as hard as southern yellow pine. So anyway, there you go. All right, I'm going to let this one run. We'll get these 2x4s knocked out, then we'll get some 2x2s done. That's crazy. I've never done 2x2s, but you know what? The one thing about running a portable sawmill like this, I can make whatever you want. You know what? Hey, you want 2x2s? We'll make 2x2s. You want 1x2s? We'll make 1x2s. We're going to make what the customer wants, so let's get to it. Let's get it made. I'll come back to you here in a bit. All right, well, we got those 2x2s done. You can see me just cleaning up the deck here. I do that pretty much after every log, just kind of go down and try to knock some sawdust off and that, just get it cleaned up enough so that when I get the next log up on the deck and I start milling it down, I don't have a bunch of bark sitting on the deck underneath the log. That'll actually throw your cuts off. So pretty much every log, I go down, clean everything off, swing those bunks out of my way, get it kind of set up, prep myself for the next log, and then away we go. Now, we got the first couple logs done. We're moving on, right? It's just another day. This is how it goes. One log right after another. Well, in this one, they decided that they wanted some more 2x4s. So guess what? We're going to knock down some more 2x4s. And that's the beauty of having either your own sawmill or hiring somebody like me to come in and mill for you. All right, so we're going to get this log positioned. And one of the things that can happen is right here. I hadn't moved the log clamp back far enough, and sometimes you do that. You push the log in, the log clamp's kind of sitting there. You grab your log right cant hook, come back and try to roll that log back because the stress was just having it kind of roll the wrong way for me. and it was just easier to grab that little log right can hook. Well, with the log clamp in the way, I kind of had to beat on it a little bit to get it to roll. But we got it rolled, we got it in position, and away we go. Let's get this cap cut done. We're going to get this log mill down to the deck, and then I'm going to come back, give you my final thoughts, tell you some upcoming stuff happening. Stick around. Let's get this one done. By the way, if you're thinking about getting a sawmill, I'm going to do a video here pretty soon about how I bought this sawmill and paid for it in 13 months. So if you'd like to find out what I did and how I managed to buy a sawmill and pay for it in 13 months, completely paid off, done, zero, nothing owed, drop a comment down below and let me know, because you know what, I'd love to tell you that, and I help you do it too. Why not, right? That's what this is all about. So we're just about done here, getting some 2x4s off the deck. Get this one done, get everything cleaned up, and this customer really didn't need nearly as much as we ended up doing. And that's the beauty of doing these kind of jobs, folks. You know, they wanted a couple thousand linear feet of 1x4s for trim and batten boards and that kind of stuff on their barndominium build. And you know, they just saw what could be done, and they thought, oh my gosh, you know what, we could have some shelving, we could have some 2x stock to make a greenhouse or something, some 2x2s for some other project they had. We made some 6x for them to stack stuff on. Got all of that done and did it in just over 8.5 hours of milling. So that gives you an idea of just how much you can do. And if you go back and you start this playlist at the beginning, you'll see everything I did for them. But guess what? Their neighbors, they wanted some too. So the next video, folks, will be this customer's neighbors getting some logs milled up too. So stick around for that. We'll get it out to you as soon as I can. I got my lasers working on that for you, as well as my hydraulics issue, so I'll have those coming out soon. So keep an eye out on the channel, folks. More to come. Y'all have a great weekend. The old Jarhead out.
You need to blow it off, or are we good?
All right, 9:30.
What's our hours? I won't be giving Clarkson any more than wood.
8 hours, 35 minutes total.
How long?
8 hours, 35.
Perfect, okay.
And his name is Carl?
Clark.
Clark.